Hey guys, your boy Sean Bellamy back with you with a brand new episode of Philly Eagles Talk here on my channel. You see the poster, you see the shirt. Oh man, my Philadelphia Eagles, our Philadelphia Eagles is heading to the NFC Championship game after absolutely dominating the New York Giants 38-7. It was a fun game to watch from beginning to end. just a reminder of how dominant the Eagles have been all year before Jalen got hurt and all the other stuff. But we'll get into the game in a second. But yes, we beat the Giants 38-7. Funny enough, this was the exact same score we had 5 years ago when we beat the Minnesota Vikings 38-7 in the NFC Championship game at Lincoln Financial Field just to get to the Super Bowl. And then, like I said, we just beat our division rivals and beat their asses 38-7 just to get to the NFC Championship game. So it's very funny how that all how that worked out. But yes, like I said, we beat the Giants, dominated the Giants 38-7. Coming into this game, all week I was not talking trash on Twitter. I didn't talk to any Giants fans. I was happy that we got to play the Giants just because I don't care what anyone says. I love an easy road to the playoffs. And I was really happy the Giants beat the Minnesota Vikings, who, by the way, is overrated as hell. I know Vikings fans got to be kicking themselves more than last week after seeing how the Giants played against us this week. But I was really hoping we got the Giants because I thought we could just easily push them out of our way, get them out of our way on the way to hosting the NFC Championship game, which didn't end up happening. But I didn't talk any trash. I just kept it to myself, and until the end result. And obviously, like you hear the end result, we dominated the Giants. The game started out where we started with the ball. Jalen was perfect. I think he was like 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 or whatever. Really spreading the ball around. Had a nice bomb to like the first pass of the game. Had a nice bomb to Devontae Smith. And we ended up finishing with Dallas Goedert having a one-handed catch, scoring a touchdown, went up 7-0. Our defense actually forced a turnover. It was very surprising to start the Giants' first possession. They went for it on 4th and 8 on their first possession. And I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell? Like, everyone was thinking, what are they doing? Like, I guess they felt that, it just felt disrespectful to me. It was like, you're going up against a top 5 defense. Why do you think that you're going to be able to get a 4th and 8 instead of at least setting for a long field goal, at least punting, get us in our, deep in our own backfield or whatever. Backfield, deep in our own field. You know what I mean? Whatever. The pin us deep. The point is, they went for the 4th and 8, did not get it, and the Eagles immediately responded and scored a touchdown to go up 14-0. And it basically was kind of the game right there. Then the second quarter started, we scored 14 points again, and we went to halftime up 28-0 before you could even blink your eyes. It was crazy. I was sitting there telling myself, okay, man, the NFL is very weird. We're up big. We're up 28-0. I was hoping Eagles and Nick Sirianni, the head coach, was going to tell them, listen, do not, take your foot off the gas, off the pedal here. They're going to probably, try to come out and pull off the greatest comebacks, one of the greatest comebacks ever. But after halftime, it was told, Nick Sirianni did tell the team, listen, man, pretend it's 0-0. Treat it like we're still in the dogfight. And the Eagles did. They did not let up one bit. The Giants did end up scoring a touchdown late in the third. Well, like late in the third quarter. But in the end, the Eagles just, like I said, it ran away with the game. And like I said, we won 38-7. As far as the pros, man, there was really no cons at all. So I'm not going to need to go over any cons at all. Pros was, let's say, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts played like MVP, played like the guy we've seen all year. A lot of people keep saying he's not 100%, stuff like that, but he's getting there. Jalen right now, he played great. That's all I'm going to say, man. Again, I hope at some point next week he will be 100%. Because, again, the Eagles didn't need him to do that much. Having Jalen Hurts out there, dude, is such a vital piece to this offense, man. Like, him out there just doing RPOs and playing it off like he'll take the ball himself or hand it off or just throw it off a play action, quick slant here and there is such a headache for defenses, yo. It just drove. The Eagles was RPOing the Giants to death. That's basically what the Eagles was doing. You could just tell by the Giants defenders, their linebackers, and their D linemen had no answer. When the Eagles was doing the RPO and stuff like that, man, you could tell it drove the Giants insane. They could not stop it. It reminded me and a lot of Eagles fans when we destroyed them 48-22 not that long ago in the regular season. other pro was our running game, man. Miles Sanders was running hard. He did a great job. Boston Scott, the giant killer, got touchdowns in the game. You literally could just place a nice hefty bet on Boston Scott scoring a touchdown against the Giants, man. This is why they call him the giant killer. I think he has 11 touchdowns in 18 or 19 games in his career alone against the New York Giants. Like, it's just funny at this point. So the Eagles go out of their way now to make sure Boston Scott scores a touchdown, which is great and funny to me at the same time. So like I said, Miles Sanders did his thing. Boston Scott ran hard. And Kenneth Gainswell, man. Kenneth Gainswell, who I've loved since Eagles picked up, I believe, was it last year or 2 years ago? The Eagles drafted him out of the 5th round out of Memphis. Such a all-purpose type guy. You can give the ball to, tell him to catch the ball out the backfield. I believe he had 100 yards rushing today. He had a running touchdown that kind of just put the dagger right in. The game was already over. He was up 31-7, but it was like maybe a minute or so left, and he ran a nice 30-yard touchdown to, again, just take the Giants' hearts and just crush them or anything like that. Like, it was, he had a nice run, like I'm saying. He had a really good game and had 100 yards himself. So the running game was great. Jalen Hurts was great. The running game was great. The offensive line. The offensive line, dude, was the MVPs as far as the offense concerned, dude. The offensive line, having Lane Johnson out there, another vital piece to this team, dude. Lane Johnson is just a great tackle, dude. Just an amazing tackle. Jason Kelce is out there. Listen, Hall of Fame tight end, Hall of Fame center. Nothing else really to be said about Jason Kelce. Jordan Mailata, Isaac Seumalo, all these dudes, Dickerson, these dudes can absolutely block, man. I love the Eagles' offensive line, man. Just get gritty and dirty, can just really punch you in the mouth. Physical type, the offensive line, man, we've seen all year. This is nothing shocking to us Eagles fans, but the national, the world got to see why the Eagles' offensive line is looked at as one of the best, or if not the best, offensive line in the NFL. So they did great on that end. As far as our defense played great. I know I'm usually on here killing John DeGan, our defense coordinator, but I gotta take my hat off to him if I had a hat on. He did a great job setting the players, putting the defensive players in great position against Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Saquon had one nice run. I think it was like a 47-yard run late in the third quarter. But besides that, we shut Saquon down. It was a moment you kind of forgot Saquon was even in the game. Daniel Jones, who everyone was calling, like, he's on his way to be elite. Oh, my goodness. Man, he really looked great, man. This is the Daniel Jones everyone expected when the Giants drafted him after they beat the Vikings last week. John DeGan and that defense absolutely shut down Daniel Jones. We have James Bradbury, one of our corners we got from the Giants. Thank you, Giants, very much for letting him go. Very stupid. He had a nice interception. He had some couple tackles that was big in the game. Darius Slay didn't really have to do much. He had one nice pass breakup, I think it was the third or fourth quarter, but Darius Slay did his thing. So I'm talking about our secondary. Our defensive line, also MVPs as far as the game. Our D-line is just really fucking nice, dude. Hassan Reddick, I am so mad. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm going all over the place, but I'm really excited right now. I am so mad, dude. Hassan Reddick did not get first-team All-Pro. It's really disgusting that they didn't give it to him, yo. Hassan Reddick has been the best free agent signing this year by the Philadelphia Eagles, bar none. Argue with a wall. I don't care who else you come up with. Hassan Reddick has been as advertised what the Eagles fans and the Eagles in general, the organization was hoping he was going to be. That man is a menace, yo. And every time the quarterback drops back, there is a good chance that Hassan Reddick is going to be there right next to the quarterback before the quarterback gets the ball out of his hand. Hassan Reddick is an absolute beast, and it pisses me off that he only got second-team All-Pro. It's disgusting. That man should be in line for Defensive Player of the Year, and he should definitely be a first-team All-Pro defensive team. But again, go argue with a wall. I don't know who else I can tell you that. Hassan Reddick was great. But don't get me wrong, I said the rest of the D-line was great. Our linebackers did what they're supposed to do. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is now in the slot. They got him playing the slot while Reed Blankenship, who I'm like as well as safety, they got him playing there. There's word that Avonte Maddox might be back next week. So adding another defensive weapon back there for that secondary. Overall, dude, the defense was great. There was another pro right up there with the offense. And also other pro was the coaching. I told everyone, dude, as long as the Eagles do not beat themselves, and part of that is the coaches trying to be too cute or clever, stuff like that. But Nick Sirianni, Shane, our offensive coordinator, and John DeGan, our defensive coordinator, did absolutely damn near perfect as far as the game plan and the schemes they came up with to dominate the Giants, dude. It was a clinic by our offense, by the play callers, by the head coach. everyone. We beat them 38-7, and it was, like I said, a damn near perfect game, and really got me excited. I can't wait for next Sunday for I believe they'll play at 3:00 against either the 49ers and the Cowboys. Now, saying that leads, of course, to for in this video up to the discussion of the Cowboys and the 49ers. Cowboys coming off a dominating win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Dak Prescott looked great. Their team looked great, basically, beating Tampa Bay on the road. Now they're going to be on the road in San Francisco. My prediction is I believe the Niners, because I believe they are the better team, they're going to beat the Cowboys. I do think it's going to be a good game, but I still refuse to bet against that Niners defense. That Niners defense is like a Super Bowl defense, and I don't think Dak is going to be able to sit back and do and pick them apart like he did Tampa Bay. Now, who would I rather face? I would rather face the Cowboys. I know it's going to sound like, oh, as an Eagles fan, of course, Sean, you want to face Cowboys. Listen, besides me to be an Eagles fan and how I can't stand Dallas Cowboys fans, and I still respect their team. I still think when Dak plays like he got some sense, Dak is a good quarterback. You got Tony Pollard, you got Zeke, you got CeeDee Lamb. Their tight ends are good. Their O-line is good. Their D-line is good. As far as their defense, their D-line is good. Micah Parsons, I mean, come on, Micah's Micah. And they got a good team. Don't get me wrong just because you see this. I'm not going to sit here and say the Cowboys aren't a good team. But saying that though, I would rather face the Cowboys because I still think on paper the Eagles are better than the Cowboys. Better than the Cowboys. I think the Eagles can absolutely do I'll say way better, but I just feel like the Eagles we have a better chance to really dominate versus the Cowboys versus the 49ers. That's not saying I don't think we can't beat the 49ers, because I do think our D-line will definitely give Brock Purdy and that offense some problems. If I want a road that I think would be easier, I would rather face Dallas than face the 49ers. And again, I know that sounds disrespectful, but I'm just being honest. I think the Niners are, to me, more of a threat than the Cowboys. So if I had my choice, I would rather face Dallas. Again, as a fan, a nice way to eliminate them, whatever, being Eagles and all that. But again, if I'm talking about matchup, I think the Eagles would have a better chance of really punching Dallas in the mouth, being more physical. Because if the Eagles and 49ers first of all, if they get that matchup, that is a chance to be game of the year type thing. I'm not being funny. Like the Eagles and 49ers do. When you talk about offensive line and defensive lines with the Eagles and the Niners, both, that can be a collision course of titans, dude. It is. Their O-line is very good, and their D-line is very good. Both these O-lines for the Eagles and Niners get down and dirty. They play physical. And that's the one thing Dallas is going to have to worry about tomorrow with the Niners, because the Niners don't play no games with you. They are going to try to be out tough you every way. And and again, also saying this too, I forgot to say about Dallas. They've been inconsistent through all year. We don't even know what type of Dak Prescott we're going to get. So that's also a reason why I would prefer to face the Cowboys, because you don't know what you're going to get from Dak, man. Is he going to show up what he did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Or is he going to be the Dak we saw throughout the season this year, throwing turnovers that made no goddamn sense? So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to celebrate this one, though, man. I'm happy. Again, we're not in the Super Bowl just yet, but listen, it's not going to take away the fact that I'm very happy, man. This is why you work your tail off to get that number 1 seed and get the bye, because now we get to sit there and we got to sit back and watch everybody go through what they got to do to get to the next round. Now we took care of business, and we just have one more game, dude, at the link in the NFC Championship game. One more. And if we take care of business and win next Sunday, we'll be in the Super Bowl. And I'm just really excited. Like I said, man, I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but it is really exciting as a fan to be in this position, man, after a long regular season. So hopefully, again, we keep turning forward and everything like that. But yeah, you guys, we won 38-7. Again, I'm sorry. You guys know I don't write a script for all this stuff. I was going all over the place. I'm almost out of breath. It's great, man. Fly Eagles fly. I'm really excited. What a win, man. What a win. But I'm out, you guys. Peace.